Good afternoon. It's Friday. It's a wonderful day. It's Friday, 10/19, 2012, and we got the Dow Jones Daily Chart. When we had our first correction in the Dow, we made the calendar high. This was our major support level right across here. So let's get that clear. And we came up to the double top. When we had that 4-day correction at the 50-day simple moving average, that is where people started buying that up move on that S or on the Dow, just like they did with the S&P 500. They both are at their 50-day moving average. Look at the S&P 500 index video. What I will tell people is that the 50-day moving average is slightly being breached within the overall bull trend that we have had since that summer rally. When I come off of the bottoms here on the Dow, and I come all the way up right up here diagonal, right across where this area, it's right up here at the top of this daily distribution bar that we broke below this diagonal trend line. That's that long-term bull trend in the Dow. Now that the Dow has come back and tested this area where we had the breakout to get the Dow to the highs and a double top high with the lower high and a daily distribution, we will tell people that if we sell through that 50-day simple moving average and break this support level, MMT, we would look at coming right down here, my friends, at 13,148, and we closed at 13,343 today. We were down on a closing level 205 handles, and that's what bull rallies are supposed to do. And it is red October and part of September. We should have had a little bit more of this, but they saved it for the earnings calendar. They saved it for the election. They saved it for a whole lots of reasons. And you had lots of big Dow components posting earnings and guiding down. Now, having said that, the bull is still here. It's just that the bull is going to have to work itself off and create other buying opportunities for fund managers to buy the Dow stocks. And if we break this support level, then we have some support levels in the near term, 13,189, then we have the lower one. But one of the things that we would say is when we looked at Apple coming down to its 100-day moving average, which it did, is that a lot of stocks had already sold through the 50-day moving averages and the broader indexes are now at that breach. So put your seatbelts on. Hedge fund managers, mutual fund managers, underperforming asset managers, all in calendar 2012, were never really involved in that big bull rally in the summer when we called these bottoms. That's your big, and we broke the support line right here, half of that bar, right here. This was that support area. We came down, we rallied up, bam. And this was one of the bigger Friday distributions that we have seen since the bull rally started in June of 2012 in all of the key indexes. And we've had quite a haircut across the board. You better be checking in lots of things that we're doing. There was lots of opportunity to make money on the way down, selling short, buying put options, and doing various different things on an individual level during the calendar earnings season. So it is one of the first triple digits on a closing level on a Friday that we have had since we were having a lot of the European austerity and volatility before June of 2012. And we had that big pullback, and then we tested it, and that's the major support level right here on the Dow. And if we sell down on Monday, we've got other little support levels in here now in these pockets. But this is the key, is what is that percent level going to be when we bust that Dow? That money is on the sideline. They will be looking for a home as we clear out of this horrible earnings season that IBM, Google, Chipotle Mexican Grill, Intel, not to mention a few others that have just been totally destroyed on lower growth and guiding quarters down. And lots of semi-names, semiconductors have come down. Earnings season is still early in the tooth. We've had a lot of major bellwethers like Caterpillar, Cumming. We've had a lot of these stocks, and I'll show you in here where that Dow is as far as understanding the US indices. And when you look at the major components in here, I will just show you some of the stocks here, and that's the DJC, not the GJI, but you can see that some of these stocks across the board on a net change, and some of these indexes here, you can see quite a haircut on a percent level in a lot of names. Now, when you get over here to the Dow Jones DJI, that's the one that we're talking about here on the daily chart. Look at here. You close down 205, but when you take a look at the big names like the Caterpillars, some of the names that are in here that had some haircut across the board, it is pretty well on a net change level across the board. Is that you've got the net change levels going red all the way down in the Dow Jones. And some of the major names in here, GE didn't do all that well on their quarterly report. Caterpillar, well, it can go a lot lower depending on what happens in China. So the Dow 30, Dow Jones Industrial Average, has come way down, and a lot of distribution in the names to sell it down, and that's a major support level. Stay tuned for next week. If you're going to want to be in the market, I would get involved in the free high frequency trading seminar on Saturday morning, and I would get in the free 5-day trial if this is what you want to do. If you want to do this, not on a daily level, but you could take our risk management courses and portfolio management. That's how to protect your moves when working with various things, understanding indexes. Get that training. It will do you the right thing. We're here for you. Dow Jones, bear reversal, breaking the 20-day, the 10-day, testing the 50 and closing below the 40-day simple moving averages. And it would be ultimately wonderful for this October selling throughout the earnings is to bring the bull all the way down where it would set up, and the money off the sideline would come back in and try to engage for a Christmas rally. And that bull runs, everyone's still bullish. For the few people that weren't involved, they did get bullish. They were looking for opportunities. They'll get their chances on these pullbacks, and it's a stock picker's market. Number one. And directional price movement. When you're getting great volatility moves, $23 intraday ranges on these things to sell short and do all kinds of things to participate in these big reversals, there is lots of money and lots of risk management that can be applied depending on who you are. Dow Jones Industrial Average update, 50-day moving averages at breach. We bounced on it once, but we're closing down on it with a big 205 handle down. Stay tuned for Monday.